Welcome back. You know, we've been learning a lot from Kaylee's history series of Downtown Springfield. Well, today she has a great story of when a king visited the Ozarks. Kaylee?
Good morning, Jeremy. Good morning, Kelly. You know, today we're down here in downtown Springfield at the Gillioz, which was built only about 100 years ago by a Monett farm boy who got bit by the theater bug. And little did anyone know that Elvis would one day grace the theater himself. Here's a look at the Gillioz. The 1920s were filled with business and breakthroughs, and here in the Ozarks, one Monett farm boy found his calling.
Gillioz was actually a bridge builder from Monett, Missouri.
And being the bridge builder he was, he had to find a way to connect this Olive Street Theater to Route 66.
The problem that he had was that all of St. Louis Street, at that time Park Central East, was already fully developed. Springfield was already a fairly significantly developed little metropolitan hub in southwest Missouri. So that space was actually a laundromat. And so he signed a 100-year lease with the laundromat to be able to create this 20-foot wide entrance to his theater so he could have that coveted Route 66 address.
Gillioz ended up renting that entrance his entire lifetime. But what does a bridge builder want with a theater anyway?
You know, he's quoted as saying that he originally intended to just build the building and flip it and make some money. It was a good business investment. But entertainment has a way of drawing people in, and so he maintained his ownership of it until his passing.
And in all of Gillioz's years, there was one spring day that stood out from the rest.
One last request before I cross the great footlights up yonder.
Elvis came here in 1956, and he had a penchant for slipping away on the day of a concert somewhere and just going to the movies and just sitting there anonymously and watching the movies.
As the story goes, and some of this has been reported even in our local paper from that time, but Elvis came up missing in the middle of the afternoon during sound check. His manager realized that Elvis wasn't there.
I like leftovers. That's just fine with me.
His manager knew immediately. He said, where's the nearest theater?
So whenever Colonel Parker came out and saw a Springfield police officer who was positioned in front of the shrine for security purposes, he said he could see our marquee, and he said, "Is that a movie theater?" And the policeman said it is, and he said the boy will be there. So they came down and they found him here in the theater watching a Glenn Ford film called Jubal.
I wouldn't come too close to this if I was you. You might get burned.
And so they came down and got him out and took him back to the shrine. And so I don't know whether he ever got to see the end of that film or not.
That iconic seat marked in history. There's a plaque over that seat in the Gillioz Theater auditorium that says Elvis Presley's seat. Now, other big names that have entertained at the Gillioz include Dave Chappelle, Elvis Costello, Casey Musgraves, Scotty McCreery, and many more are always added to the list. Guys, back to you.
Haley, I love that building. It's so ornate. But the builder, what did he build it out of?
That's right. So he was very much involved in construction, and obviously he was a bridge builder as well. So most of that building is made out of steel. The only wood is on a few of the doors and some of the staircase rails.
We feel your pain.
We feel your pain, Kaylee. Also, you know, the theater business is in a tough situation right now. Is there anything that people can do to help with, you know, with the theaters and helping get back on their feet?
Yeah, many people know that the Gillioz is home to the Springfield Regional Opera, the late night talk show host, the talk show, The Mystery Hour. Both of those are not happening right now. Also not happening is national tours. So artists, musicians that would have shows in Kansas City or St. Louis, those are all postponed or canceled. So that revenue just isn't there right now. And what's crazy is Steele told me that the event industry is 4 times the size of the airline industry, and the airline industry got 10 times the governmental assistance. That's a story in itself that I'll be covering next week. So that's a deep, deep, deep tease, but stay tuned for that.
That is so great.
All right. Thanks so much, Kaylee. We appreciate it.
All right.